Did you remember that commercial? Did you ever get it? Where the grandfather and the kid are in the boat. He's like, Grandpa, what's prejudice? And he's just like, prejudice is when, you hold something against somebody for being who they are. And he goes, why? And he's going, because Billy called me prejudice. And the grandfather thinks for a moment. And then he goes, who's Billy? In a really creepy way. Well, just like that.
Is he Freelander?
Yeah, totally. That's what it sounded like. And the kid goes, Billy's my Jewish friend. And the grandfather, he was setting him up. He laid the snare. You could see it. And you see it in his face. He's just like, I got him.
Yeah.
I got this little fuck. And he's like, well, then you are prejudiced because you think of Billy as your Jewish friend and not just your friend. And as they said that, the logo for the Church of Jesus Christ Latter-day Saints come up.
Yeah.
It was one of those Mormon commercials.
Kirk Cameron would be like that?
He's like the old man in the boat. The granddad. No, I don't know.
No, he would. Because then, like, if he was on the boat, he'd be like, he's my Jewish friend. And he's like, well, your Jewish friend's going to hell. Yeah. So you have all the right in the world to be mad at him.
Yes, you should be mad at him for trying to run you astray. I don't hate all Jews. Jesus was a Jew. But this Jewish friend, Billy...
is no friend of yours.
He is no friend of yours. This heave is leading you down the crimson path to hell. Commercials, 3 minutes. People are like, did you see that fucking commercial where that old man called that kid a heave? It was fucking crazy. They didn't do that in the commercial at all. But man, that would have been awesome. Like, really represent that motherfucker. Not just like the wizened old soul who's like, now, if you call Billy your Jewish friend, you may be president. Let's go back to fishing. Would you like some ice cream? Just the fucking granddad that's just like,
you're not allowed.
I can't get a job in this country because I'm fucking Heaves. That's what I'm telling you. This Billy, you bring him out here to the lake. We're going to kill him. We're going to bury him in this lake. Nobody ever needs to know. Grandpa, you're scared. Shut the fuck up, Jason. You bring me Billy. Number 5 is honor your father and your mother. Have you always honored your parents in a way that's pleasing in the sight of God, Scott? Ask him to remind you of the sins of your youth. You may have forgotten them, but God hasn't.
And
Scott, there's only one way to pass this test. I'm sure you realize. You have to answer innocent to everything. And even then, I'm sure at the end, there's a trick question that's like, you are guilty of the sin of pride. You're going to hell. It's like, unless you're Kirk Cameron, you cannot get into heaven. It's weird because he was always like the Kmart Michael J. Fox to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the kind of, it was, basically, this business is rife with people who are like, what works? What's working? I'm going to take it, modify it a little bit, do it again. And that show
was like the family.
It was like Family Ties.
Yeah.
What was that show called?
Growing Pains.
But the retarded Family Ties.
Yeah.
The Family Ties, if you have the IQ of like a watermelon or a small child.
Or a small child with a watermelon.
It was such a bad show. But Growing Pains was always
was
laughable. It would be like,
I don't even remember what the premise was.
There was no premise. It was like, it's a family show.
Yeah.
Husband, wife, and
kids.
They got 3
smart
kids.
Kid.
2 kids?
And a dumb
3
kid.
kids. And then Alan Thicke, of course, Canada's own Alan Thicke, your national hero, the guy that you put before Jesus. That's why you answered guilty to question 2, because you're like, well,
that whole period.
I got to tell you, in terms of being a Canadian who punched through, Alan Thicke is my personal hero.
Yeah. I'm only here today because Alan Thicke paved the way.
I only found the balls to come to Los Angeles because Thick Dick did it. And I just want to be like Thick Dick.
Thick Dick tore a fucking a path like Sherman through the fucking forest.
He burned a path like Sherman's march.
You could see that shift from
space. And then
we
all left Canada and came down.
Me, Michael J., Jason Priestley,
Jim Carrey. Did I mention Jason Priestley?
He came back and then went back again.
Then he went back. He couldn't get enough. Honor your mother and father, Scott.
Well,
Have you ever sinned against your parents? He's asking. Ask God to remind you of the sins of your youth. What did you do what was your greatest sin in your youth? I killed a drifter. You're like, I'm serious.
Yeah.
I never told anyone.
Up.
Can you edit this out? I'm like, yeah, sure.
It's been 10 years,
I'm like,
right?
Get ready for the best podcast ever where a man admits to murder. Number 6. If you don't get this one, fucking innocent dude.
Down.
Yeah. You shall not murder. That's not how I know it. The commandment I know is thou shalt not kill.
I am innocent. I have never murdered. I have never murdered a human being. I've gone fishing.
Did you eat the fish?
Yeah, I
That's
killed
okay,
it. I
then.
ate it. Okay.
As long as you kill what you eat. You can kill human beings as long as you eat them.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'd like to say...
You're like, may I change my answer? Give me 20 minutes, let me change my answer. Jesus warned, whoever is angry with his brother without cause is in danger of judgment. Matthew 5:22. And the Bible says, he who hates his brother is a murderer. That's John 3:15. God sees hatred in the heart to be as wicked as murder. We can violate his law by attitude and intent. Okay. Bullshit. I call bullshit. Up till now, I'm willing to live and let live and be like, look, they can interpret it any way they want. This is not in the Bible. God, this is opinion. God sees hatred in the heart to be as wicked as murder. Kirk Cameron, for all the good he's done, Scott, doesn't know God. He doesn't know God. He can say he knows God in terms of like, I know God, I have a relationship with God. But Kirk Cameron did not go to fucking McDonald's with God and have the conversation where God's like, look, people who think about murder are as bad as murderers to me.
Yeah.
And if he did say that, he only said it because he was hopped up on sugar from a fucking shake and an order of fries. Because nobody would say that.
Yeah.
It is not the same thing to want to kill somebody and kill somebody. Even in the penal system, you will get punished for trying to kill somebody.
Yeah.
They can't punish you for wanting to kill somebody.
No.
Guilty or innocent, Scott? Have you ever hated anybody in your heart that much? I don't think I've ever hated anybody that much.
Well, that's what's funny too. Is he's just saying like, if you hated somebody, then you wanted to kill. Like they're not very specific. Have you hated to the point of wanting to murder somebody?
This shit all falls apart, right?
I don't believe that I've ever.
A lot of people, I'm sure, like
I don't even know.
Falls apart with the introduction.
Yeah, you fell apart
with the man in the sky, and then fucking he picked Kirk Cameron as his advocate. Generally, the people who read this, you're not going to get anybody on the fence reading this. If you're going to Kirk Cameron's website, you're either fucking like trying to find Jesus, or you're like a morning DJ and you just want to make fun of Kirk Cameron or something. Like nobody's going to the website going, I'm on the fence. Maybe Kirk Cameron could turn me around. You know, what does it mean to you to put your faith in Jesus Christ? It means to personally trust in Jesus the same way you trusted a parachute.
I'm gonna say I want a parachute in my parachute sack. I don't want Jesus in my parachute sack.
No, but if you pull your ripcord, Jesus like pops out of your bag and he's like, "Hello."
I'm like, that's awesome,
and you're plummeting. Woo! You're 20,000 feet up, and you're fucking, I don't know how many miles per hour. You're fucking racing at the earth.
Yeah.
And your Jesus parachute, who is literally just Jesus, not a parachute at all. I mean, he's got like that long robe, so it might slow you a little bit.
Yeah.
If he uses it like a parachute, but
but it's not the same stakes for Jesus as me. He's not going to die when he hits the ground.
Yeah. He's like, I probably should have rethought this whole thing of being your parachute. Huh?
I thought it'd be fun.
Don't tell Kirk. You won't have a chance to because you're going to die soon. Everyone gets into heaven. There's no hell. And guess what? It's a crapshoot. There's no logic because I'm a God. I'm an infinite God of power that you can't understand. I'm not a human being. You cannot force your tiny fucking worldview onto me. Like guess what I was doing before I was your parachute? I was gleefing off the Glipnor of Loppensknop. Do you know what that means? Of course not, because you're a fucking human being. But you know what it means to me? It's huge. You can't understand shit. You can understand this because I'm talking to you like you're a little dog. But if I talk to you in my God language, you're looking at me funny. Of course you're looking at me funny. I'm God. You can't conceive of me. He's happy. He seems happy. I've read interviews with Kirk Cameron where he comes across like a happy dude, happy with his life. I mean,
that's my feeling. Is like I'm happy too. So it's like,
but your happiness is going to send you to hell. His is sending him to heaven.
I know, but that's why he's happy.
That's the difference between
That's part of the reason he's happy.
Yeah, he's always got a smile on his face because he knows
that he's going to the kingdom of heaven. And
do you think that smile will drop from his face when he sees you in the kingdom of heaven? You who didn't live your life like Kirk Cameron, by a stringent set of rules, judging people,
He'll throw a
telling people
tantrum.
they're wrong. Well, I mean, do you think in heaven you can't throw a tantrum? I don't think. You know what? I can't say that for sure because I don't know dick about the afterlife, imaginary or otherwise. But
you think he'll be a little tick? Like he'll be like, that dude totally was like.
I think he would be the kind
pictures.
of dude in heaven.
Fuck.
Yes,
He
that
looked
would rather
like
than be
fucking
like,
nude picture.
"Hey, we're all here, isn't this great? Heaven rocks." He would be the kind of guy that was like, "No. That dude fucking. I know that dude was bad.
He masturbated to internet pornography.
He said it. He said, and he talked about. I listened to their SModcast. The two of them are just they're the left and right nut of Beelzebub. They're evil incarnate. They can't be. They can't be up here. It's not possible. He would be the guy campaigning against it, just because he's that guy here in real life.
Yeah.